AI systems can generate forecasts, simulations, and risk assessments in seconds. In theory, that should make big decisions faster. But as automated analysis spreads across organizations, leaders often face a different challenge: too many scenarios, too many projections, and too many possibilities to evaluate. More data does not always accelerate decisions. Sometimes it slows them down. AI systems are supposed to help organizations move faster. They analyze massive data sets, simulate future outcomes, and generate detailed forecasts within seconds. So, in theory, better tools should lead to quicker choices. But in practice, something different can happen. The more analysis organizations produce, the harder major decisions can become. When every option comes with projections, probabilities, and risk estimates, choosing a direction is not always easier. Sometimes it becomes slower. Imagine a leadership team considering expansion into a new market. In the past, the decision might have relied on a handful of reports, projected demand, competitor analysis, and a few financial forecasts. Today, the same decision can involve much more. AI models generate multiple market scenarios. They simulate customer behavior under different pricing strategies. They estimate supply chain risks, regulatory changes, and competitor reactions. Each scenario includes probability estimates and sensitivity analyses. The information is impressive, but it creates a new problem. Leaders must decide which analysis actually matters. This pattern is becoming common across many organizations. AI dramatically reduces the cost of generating analysis. Data pipelines collect more signals. Predictive models update constantly. Scenario simulations explore thousands of potential futures. In theory, this abundance should improve decisions. In practice, it often expands the number of possibilities leaders must evaluate. Instead of narrowing uncertainty, analysis can multiply it. One reason is that complex decisions rarely depend on a single metric. Expanding into a new market might increase revenue potential, but raise regulatory risk. A pricing change could improve margins while reducing customer retention. AI systems can model these trade-offs in great detail. But the final decision still requires judgment. Which outcome matters more? How much uncertainty is acceptable? What risks should the organization tolerate? Those questions cannot be answered by data alone. Organizational behavior also contributes to the problem. When advanced analytics are available, teams often feel pressure to use them. Before presenting recommendations, analysts run additional simulations, test alternative assumptions, and generate new scenarios. Each model promises a clearer picture, but together they create an expanding stack of reports. Decision makers receive more information than ever. Yet the core question remains the same: what should we actually do? This dynamic can produce a subtle slowdown. The cost of analysis keeps falling, but the cost of deciding does not. Leaders still need time to interpret results, weigh trade-offs, and align stakeholders. When the amount of analysis increases dramatically, the time required to process it can grow as well. Technology accelerates one part of the process, but it stretches another. There is a reasonable counterargument. Many observers believe AI will ultimately speed up decision-making. Advanced systems can summarize complex information, highlight key risks, and recommend actions. Some organizations already rely on dashboards that convert large data sets into clear indicators. In routine situations, these tools can dramatically reduce decision time. Operational choices, inventory levels, logistics routing, fraud detection, can often be automated entirely. So the slowdown does not occur everywhere. It appears mainly in decisions that are strategic, uncertain, and difficult to quantify. Major decisions often involve factors models struggle to capture: political developments, cultural shifts, reputational risks, and unexpected technological changes rarely fit neatly into historical data. AI systems can estimate these forces, but they cannot eliminate uncertainty. When models present several plausible futures, leaders still need to interpret what those futures mean. More analysis does not remove responsibility. Sometimes it makes that responsibility heavier. Over time, this dynamic can produce second-order effects. Teams may spend increasing amounts of time preparing analysis rather than acting on it. Decision processes may involve more presentations, more dashboards, and more scenario comparisons. Each step aims to reduce uncertainty, But perfect certainty rarely arrives. Organizations become highly informed, yet occasionally slower to move. There is also a psychological dimension. When advanced models produce detailed forecasts, ignoring them can feel risky. Leaders may hesitate to act until every scenario has been reviewed. If a decision later proves wrong, the question may arise: did we analyze the data closely enough? In that environment, producing additional analysis can feel safer than committing to a choice. The availability of insight increases caution. None of this means AI harms decision making. In many cases, it improves it significantly. Better data helps organizations avoid costly mistakes and recognize emerging opportunities. But powerful analytical tools change how decisions are made. Instead of debating whether enough information exists, leaders may debate which information deserves attention. The bottleneck shifts, not from generating insight to interpreting it. As AI becomes embedded in strategic planning, organizations may need new habits. They may set clearer limits on how much analysis is required before acting. They may focus on identifying a few decisive variables rather than exploring every possible scenario. And they may accept that some uncertainty will always remain, even in a world rich with data. AI can expand our ability to analyze complex problems, but analysis alone does not produce decisions. At some point, someone must choose a direction despite incomplete knowledge. That moment has always existed in leadership. And as analytical systems become more powerful, it may become even more visible. Because when the number of possible futures grows larger, deciding which future to pursue becomes the real challenge.